Hey everyone, it's Kromtar here. This is my first ever deck profile for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. I just recently got into this a few months ago, and I'm really loving it. It's a really fun game. It's a little pricey to get into, but anyways, here's my first deck profile of the Cyber Dragons. I love anything dragons, and these ones are really, I love the design of them, and their abilities, and the deck type is really cool. So let's get into it. So first up, of course, you have 3 Cyber Dragons. Those are your main guys of the deck. Then we have 3 Cyber Dragon Drei, 3 Cyber Dragon Core. These guys kind of search for your searcher card. They have multiple effects. They are considered a Cyber Dragon. If they're in the graveyard, on your next turn, you can special summon any light machine type monster from your deck. So this is a really valuable card. It's a staple in this deck. Okay, so these next 3, you don't need to have Cyber Valley. You can easily go with Proto Cyber Dragon or Cyber Dragon's Vi. But these ones are a pretty decent wall. Pretty much, you just lay one down. Opponent attacks, you don't take any damage. This card goes in the graveyard. The opponent's turn, or no, I think this card gets banished actually. The opponent's turn ends there, the damage step, and you get to draw 1 card. So it's more for draw power. And next up, Cyber Eltanin. Now this is a really good Dark Hole type card. You banish from your field and graveyard all the light machine type monsters, and per light machine type monster, it contributes 500 attack and defense to Cyber Eltanin, and once this card is special summoned onto the field, it wipes out all other monsters on the field. And so usually you can get, 3,000 attack for this guy with a clear swing. And next up, I run 2 Honest. All these monsters are light, and so you don't need to run 2. You can easily just run 1, but I like to have 2 just to cover my behind. Okay, now we're on to the spells. We have Limited Removal. I'm actually considering about taking this card out because I've actually hardly drawn it and hardly used it in the past, I don't know, 50 duels between my friends. But anyways, it's in there just because. We have 3 MSTs to clear for those traps. 1 Dark Hole. I'm trying to find a Raigeki. It's just, they're like $30 minimum. So this is just a placeholder for now. 1 Dark Hole, clear the field. 3 Power Bonds. These are a must. These are your fusion cards. How Power Bond works is that so we want 2 Cyber Dragons for fusion materials, and it doubles the attack of the fusion cards. So I'll use Cyber Twin Dragon as an example. So if I Power Bond to Cyber Twin Dragon, his attack goes to 56. Can't really see that very well. But he goes to 5600 attack, and this guy can attack twice. So if you get Power Bond to clear field, that's good game right there. But the downside is that at the end step, you take damage to it equal to its original attack. So you'd be taking 2800 damage. So we have 3 of those. Those are a must. Cyber Repair Plant. These are your searchers. So you need a light machine type, or you need a Cyber Dragon in your graveyard in order to activate one of these effects. Add 1 light machine type monster from your deck to your hand. That's the one you're going to use most often. And the second effect is target 1 light machine type monster in your graveyard. Shuffle that target into your deck. Okay, Machine Duplication. Some people don't run this, but I I think it's mandatory in this deck. So what Machine Duplication does is select 1 machine type monster with 500 or less attack. So we're going to be using that for Cyber Valley or Cyber Dragon Core. On your side of the field, you can special summon up to 2 cards with the same name from your deck. So if you're using that for Cyber Core, Machine Duplication, you're going to get 2 Cyber Dragons on the field. Because Cyber Dragon Core is technically Cyber Dragon, so when you use Duplication, you're getting 2 free Cyber Dragons and then you can go into Cyber Dragon Nova from there. And in a few months, we're going to go to Cyber Dragon Infinity, the new XYZ card. Look it up if you don't know what that is. And then for Machine Duplication on Cyber Valley, it's just pretty much for draw power. You can get the 3 Cyber Valleys in one field, and there you go. Okay, so now we're on to the traps. So we have Mirror Force, self-explanatory. Most of these are staple traps. Bottomless Trap Hole, 3-dimensional prisons. Now for your trap negation, originally I had traps done, but I didn't like that you had to, you know, plan out your attacks. With traps done, you can just lay it down and you can just negate the traps as you go. So I have 3 traps done. I might switch to Royal Decree. I'll see how that plays. But Wiretap is in preference. Okay, last trap, we have 3 DNA Surgery. So what I like using these for is activate, declaring one monster type, all face-up monsters become that type. So of course I'm going to pick the machine type, and then I'm pretty much using the opponent's monsters as Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon fuel. So as long as I have a Cyber Dragon on the field, and I have DNA Surgery flipped, then I can use my Cyber Dragon and up to 5 of the opponent's monsters for Chimera Tech Fortress Dragons. So it needs 1 Cyber Dragon plus 1 or more machine type monsters. And so per monster it uses, that's 1,000 attack. So on average you're going to get 3,000 attack, because you're going to use this one, this Cyber Dragon, you're going to use 2 more of the opponent's monsters on average. So it's really good for clearing the field, and plus then you get a free fusion onto the field pretty much using your opponent's cards. Okay, so let's go on to the extra deck. So at the moment, I'm using 2 Cyber Twin Dragons, and some of you may just run 1, that's fine. I like to run 2 because there are a few circumstances where I needed 2. So I'd rather have it there than not need it. So Cyber End Dragon. You don't usually do it through the normal summoning. I'll explain a good way to get into Cyber End Dragon in just a moment here. We have Chimera Tech Overdragon, which I almost never use. Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, I run 3 of these. I think that's mandatory. Pair Cycroid, almost nobody in Yu-Gi-Oh! Plays this card, but I think it's got a really cool effect. So it can attack your opponent directly. And with Power Bond, and say you have 2 Cyber Valleys, you have a 3,600 or 3,800 attack monster that can directly attack. So if that's all you have to play, then why not? And then we have 2 Cyber Dragon Nova. So Cyber Dragon Nova is one of the best cards in this deck. So let's see, it's got multiple effects. Okay, so it requires 2 level 5 machine type monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card and target 1 Cyber Dragon in your graveyard and special summon that target. Once per turn, during your either player's turn, you can banish 1 Cyber Dragon from your hand or face up from your monster card zone, and it doubles the attack of this card. And lastly, if this is destroyed by card effects, you can fusion summon any of your fusion monsters. So say if they, I don't do Mirror Force this guy, bam, you have Cyber Dragon, Cyber End Dragon that is, or Cyber Twin. So preferably the person should probably want to keep Nova on the field instead of having one of these on the field instead. Okay, and just a few other cards that you can substitute if you so please. Cyber Network, I'm kind of back and forth between this card. It's kind of a high risk, high reward kind of thing. You activate it, and 3 turns later you can special summon all the light monsters from your banished pile. And so what usually you need to do is, as soon as you draw Cyber Eltanin, play Cyber Network. Because within 3 turns, you're most likely going to clear your field and graveyard with Cyber Eltanin. All of those monsters are going to be in the banished pile, and then you can special summon as many of these you want in there. But the downside is, it removes all of your cards on the field, and you cannot attack that turn. So be aware of that. I've been bitten by that quite a few times. Trap Stun instead of Wiretap. These are a cheaper alternative. Royal Decree, you can get these in the newest expansion. Nice hollow foe pattern. And so yeah, that pretty much sums it up. There are 2 more cards coming to this archetype. One is Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, which is a dark level 5 fusion monster. And the other is Cyber Dragon Infinity, which plays off a Cyber Nova. It's going to make this card probably jump a tier. I hope it doesn't, because I like playing this deck more than playing higher tier decks. So how Cyber Dragon Infinity works is that it requires 3 level 6 machine type monsters, or you can play off of Cyber Dragon Nova and use it and its materials as material. So there's multiple more effects that card has. Look it up if you have time. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and please like, comment, subscribe, show some love, and stay tuned for more deck profiles and gaming news and all that jazz. See ya!